That's what's left of Grenfell Tower 3 months to the day since fire tore through that building, killing at least 80 people. Police remain on the scene looking through all that debris inside, looking for the remains of victims and gathering evidence in their criminal investigation. But what began here in London today is a public inquiry trying to give community members, family members, and survivors answers and accountability in terms of what happened. They have very little faith, though, in terms of the inquiry chairman, in terms of those involved in the inquiry, and the terms of the inquiry as well. They feel there should have been a community member appointed to be part of the panel, but today the chairman said that won't happen because he fears that might affect his impartiality. What is your biggest frustration with this inquiry?
It's the lack of engagement and understanding who's affected by the Grenfell tragedy. We've applied to become core participants. We have little faith in Sir Morbig, but this being said, we did engage with the process. First, he was appointed without any consultation. Then he consulted on the terms of references, and we wholeheartedly participated. We were ignored. And now again, in the first phase of this public inquiry, we are going to be excluded from it.
It's been a roller coaster. It's been very challenging, difficult at times. It's been inspirational at times. You know, the community support has been overwhelming. And I think it's a testament to the community of how resilient we are and how far we've come. And a lot of us feel like if we can get through this, we can get through anything.
We want them to look at social housing in the area completely, not just Grenfell, because it was their social housing policy that caused this to happen.
It has significantly impacted from a mental health perspective, because it's quite hard when you've seen the whole thing, people that you knew, people jumping out of the building, the fire, and it was the most difficult hours in my life.
The difference between me and other people is that a lot of others are putting a lot of expectation on this inquiry, whereas I personally am not.
What do you make of the fact that 3 months on, there's still 150 families that are in hotels?
It's a total disgrace, if you allow me to be frank, because I understand that only 29 families are in self-contained accommodation. Now we live in the richest borough in this country, if not in Europe. And they've got millions, they've got huge reserves.
As you can see, community members still have the victims very much in mind. They've been leaving flowers and teddy bears and messages in memory of the victims in this building, where today community members gathered to watch a live stream of the start of that public inquiry.
He's never going to recover, my grandson. He's 17 years old. His friend died in there for all of his family. He ran in to save his family on the 22nd floor, and they all perished.
What would you like to see happen now?
Well, a complete shift in power. In terms of, irrespective of the public inquiry, the main issue we have here is that the public authorities are using the same decision-making process that they were using before. That's what caused the fire, because that very decision-making process excludes residents. It doesn't give us a voice. So what we need now, because it's an emergency going forward, is that shift of power. We want to have the power to decide what is it that we need, what services we want, how we want it, we manage them and oversee them. And that's the only way forward.
The inquiry chairman has pledged to give the Prime Minister an initial report by next spring. Already the questions and the pressure are piling up. Daigle, CBC News, London.